We're welcoming spring football with the third edition of the Kappa Women's Super Cup. Good evening, everyone. We're here at Imperial Corp Stadium as Lions will face Souths United for this season's second trophy. I'm James Coughlin in the commentary booth, and I'm pleased to be joined by Josh Masamisi. Josh, we're back again 12 months later. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
The Lions dynasty on the line, James. They've been prolific all year and they're ready to take another. And as for South, nothing to lose. The last game of the year, hope they've got something in store for us.
It certainly is, and we've got a fairly healthy crowd building up here at Imperial Corp Stadium. Plenty of support for women's football after what has been a monumental month as well.
It's great to see that there's a big crowd out, and of course after what the Matildas achieved in the World Cup this year, it's definitely something that we've got to make the most of, and it's great to see, as I said, a big crowd and women's football back in action tonight on this Friday night.
All right, well, we've got a special video montage coming your way now. As we pan over Imperial Corp Stadium, it is a peach of a night. And if this does feel like a familiar scenario, that's because it is. These sides met exactly 12 months ago in the 2022 final, and it was Tegan Riding getting the party started for Lions with this strike. 10 minutes into the game, Cannon Clough chipped in with this spectacular effort right before half-time with this great bit of improvisation, left-footed hook to give Lions a healthy buffer. Let's check out the respective paths to tonight's final. Lions, they were pushed all the way by East in the quarterfinal. Beck Kirkup poking home from close range with the equaliser before Ellie Chappell came up big in the shootout, making a couple of key saves before burying the winning penalty herself. Ellie Chappell coming up big, just rolling it home to get Lions through to the semi-final. And Josh, you'll know this one quite well in the semi-final. You can see the score there. Mitchie gave them a right royal scare, sending the game to extra time with this very, very late strike, which you can hear Josh on commentary for that. And then it was Meg McElligott popping up to book another date in the final for Lions, their third straight trip. The setup from Tegan Riding. Souths, well, what more can you say other than they've showcased some spectacular resiliency in this run, coming from 2-0 down to get by the rampant Brisbane City in the quarters. Some spectacular strikes just to send this game to extra time. A bullet of a left-footed effort.
And it is another absolute cracker in this game.
And extra time. Some more late magic.
And scores again.
A 4-3 epic that will live long in the nights of many of the players involved. And that earned them a trip to Townsville. And it was another late show to get by MA Olympic. Jess Watkins with the brace on the day. MA Olympic so close to booking a spot in the final, but Souths finishing so strong. Jess Watkins, a couple of great strikes. Souths, well, they've had to go on the road the last two semi-finals, but they've been the road warriors. Cut back for the insurance goal in second half stoppage time. And we've got some key stats here as well. Josh, Lions dominating 58% of possession. And, well, the sides are coming out now onto Imperial Corp Stadium. Lions in their all-orange cup special kit, while Souths in their preferred green and white hoops with white shorts. And there's Meg McElligott, recently joining Lions. She was at this venue 2 years ago, Josh, for Western Pride in the 2021 final, but I think she's pretty happy to be wearing orange tonight.
Well, it was a very interesting game, that one. A big scoreline in the end. So as you said, James, I think she'll be happy to wear the orange of Lions and hopefully square the ledger and get one to her name in the Kappa Women's Super Cup final.
And we've got some of the Lions juniors as well. As we go through the pre-match handshake routine, quick run through of the match officials. The referee, Caitlin Troy, she will be assisted by Vicky Clark and Jessica Jensen. The fourth official is Taylor Brotherson. Vicky Clark was the 2022 Kappa Women's Super Cup final referee, and she'll be running the line tonight. An all-star, all-female officiating crew. Let's run through the team lineups. Here is the starting 11 for Lions. Josh, who have you got your eye on tonight?
Well, with Tegan Riding starting on the bench tonight, Amy Gunston's the one that needs to stand up for me. She's a great talent, and I think she'll really dominate proceedings in the front third for Lions.
She certainly will. I've got my eye on Tia Upper as well, operating on that left wing. Now over to Souths. I mean, it's pretty hard to look past Sunny Franco as well. Plenty of A-League experience, and she'll be wearing the armband tonight.
And I also think Bianca Warren in goals. She came up with some major saves in the final last year, and I think she'll need to step up to the plate once more if Souths are a chance.
Certainly, and we get the coin toss now, which is largely a formality. There's Ian Judd, who does the photography for Lions as well, making his way into the centre of the pitch. And what a night as well for Abby Ebbets. Abby Ebbets wearing the armband for Lions, getting to captain her side after getting promoted into the first team over the last couple of years as well. So a special night for all involved.
There's plenty of young talent throughout the ranks of Football Queensland, and Abby Ebbets is a great example of really leading the way. And as you said, James, wearing the captain's armband, it's a special night for her in a final.
So for Souths, this is their last game of the year. They finished in 8th place in the NPL ladder. So for them, it really is nothing to lose. They've got the off-season to look forward to. They're going to give Lions everything they can handle.
It's a free hit. They get the opportunity to play on a big stage and finish off their year on a really good note. So if they can turn up for the first 20 minutes, importantly, we could have a game on our hands.
Certainly. Well, Lions, it is the dynasty. They've got, I've lost count of how many trophies they've got in their cabinet at the moment in the NPL era. We're definitely into double digits. The 2023 premiers. And we are ready for kickoff. The third Kappa Women's Super Cup Grand Final from Imperial Corp Stadium on what will be a massive weekend of football here in the Sunshine State. It will be Franco getting this underway. Sunny Franco. And here we go. 90 minutes, possibly 122 crown, the winner of the third Kappa Women's Super Cup. James Cogle and Josh Masamisi bringing you the action. And it will be an early throw-in for Lila Utatau.
I really like the intention there from South. Straightforward, no mucking around, not playing around with it. Straight into the half of Lions and trying to dominate the start.
Well, that's always been the way I've felt it's best to go after Lions as well. They've always had such a strong attacking talent. You're probably not going to beat them 1-0. You're going to need to score 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6.
I look back to the game they played against Peninsula Power during the regular season. 4-0 Power got out to in the opening 20 minutes. Lions ended up pegging them back, but not all the way. Power got away with the 3 points on that occasion. So to your point, James, goals are important, and then they needed to come early.
And here they come early on. It is Souths coming up through Annie Coyne on the right side. She is dispossessed, and Lions clear their line. And you also see the fourth official at the bottom of the screen, carefully protecting the 2 trophies that the sides are playing for tonight as well. McGilligan dispossessed. And here is Gunston, who scored after 1 minute, basically, in the 2021 final. Out wide it goes, and Utatau targeted inside for Upper on the turn, but just enough interference there on the challenge, and South's able to clear their line. Josh, it's going to be really tough for South. They're going to be under siege for the next 90 minutes.
We do expect Lions to dominate proceedings, and with that the case, as I said in the start, Bianca Warren, someone that really needs to stand up tonight, and she's capable of it. She's a great goalkeeper, plenty of experience under her belt, and South really need to lean on her to marshal the defence and ensure they hold Lions out for as long as they can. The further they can push Lions, the better, and as we say, that if they can frustrate Lions, even more so the way that South need to approach this game.
And an early thing I'm noticing as well is Lions going straight into the box. Apo trying to get by Warren. A great save by the South shot stopper. And there is the first shot on target. Tia Apo denied. Scarlett Premel with the through ball as well. And she was a late inclusion into the starting 11. We thought it was going to be Tiana Karambasis. And Lions going on the attack again. McGilligan drills it into the box. Cleared away. And O'Keefe trying to pick out an option, and a left-footed shot just over the bar, and Souths come out firing. Lions respond very quickly through Nakadate.
Well, Bianca Warriner right on cue. Just when we were speaking about her, she comes to the floor, makes a great stop, and it's something that needs to continue. But as you said, James, Lions off to a great start. They definitely repelled that South surge, and now they look to control the ball and hopefully get things flowing in their direction.
And an early change from Lions I'm noticing as well. Cannon Clough, she's playing as a left back for Lions tonight. She can play pretty much anywhere in defence and even when needed on the wing in attack. But interesting that she's playing out on that left side, and she'll be matched up by the looks of it with Annie Coyne. On offensive here is Vecchio. Battles for possession with Abby Everts. Kylie Vecchio, the Edge Hill Junior. Sister Monica not involved tonight, but just one of the sets of sisters at Souths. Try to say that 5 times really quickly. Souths just looking to slow the game down after a bit of a frenetic start, enjoying a spell of possession. Both of these sides averaging over 50% of possession in the NPL this season per game. So they're both happy to have the ball at their feet as Coyne to play the through ball, unable to pick out Vecchio. Gunston. She will play it back for O'Keefe, and that little passage of play winds up with a Lions throw-in. Cannon Clough, the North Carolina native. I think the official term is Tar Heel, if I'm not mistaken. In addition to NPL Queensland, she has been Cannon Clough. Souths working their way up towards the halfway line. Gunston pressing high. Brooklyn Juilliard thrown up the line, and Coyne let that go through her legs, and it's a Lions throw in. Gunston is possessed, and Coyne unable to keep it under control. A lot of action on this near side early as Joanna Singh lost possession and conceded the free kick. Singh had an early goal against Brisbane City. First one that started their comeback. Strong challenge by Franco. There goes Souths, but when they get to the halfway line, they're losing possession once again. So Franco is back at Souths, as is Elise, and they're on the defensive now. Gunston looking to put on the afterburners. Here is Gunston into the box, and didn't quite have the power on that with her left foot.
I really do think Trent Gregson will be happy with the start for his side. Yes, Lions have had 1 or 2 half chances here or there. Gunston, as you can see on your screens, with the left boot, making a run down the left-hand side. But all things considered, they've kept the ball nicely. They've been quite intense in defence, and they've told Lions they're here for a game.
They certainly are. It's just a case of how long can they keep the pressure going. And the longer they can hold on the ball, Lions, they only need seconds to score, but the longer Souths hold the ball, the less opportunities for Lions FC.
Can't forget, James, it is a cup final. Cup set could be well and truly on the cards too.
Well, I don't want to go
too... It's a cliche for a reason.
I don't want to go too early. We're only 7 minutes in, but there's a good start for South, so he's going to have to hold out and possibly try and make something happen here as on the turn dispossessed, and now Lions breaking on that far side. One back by Untitled. Look, Josh, one thing I am going to have to make clear over the next hour and a half or so, I'm not going to call this a rematch of the 2022 final because quite a lot has changed for both sides since that night, pretty much exactly 12 months ago, but quite a lot has changed. A fair few different faces on both sides, and there's one of them, McElligott, trying to play it through, and here is Meg McElligott. Waiting in the box. She'll play it back now for Clough, and left side is going to be crucial for Lions. Clough making a forward run. She'll get it back off the deflection off O'Donoghue. Cannon Clough looking to square it, and tracking back well, Elise Franco to concede the corner. But it is the experienced left flank of Lions, and Clough just shaking it out.
Yeah, Cannon Clough showing why Rob Askew put her on that left-hand side, whipping the ball in with the left foot. On both occasions, they were cut out. However, if that ball does escape the South's defence, a chance was brewing for Lions. And as you said, Elise Franco, fantastic work and effort play there, just getting and chasing back there, getting in front of the ball and forcing a corner.
One body around B. Warriner. Cold ball to the near post, palmed away. Still alive in the box. Clough looking for the follow-up, and Lions maintaining possession. Nakadate out for McElligott, and she'll look to deliver it back into the box, and the touch by Uppo appeals for handball. Nothing given. Gunston back to goal. Shot taken by O'Keefe, and it's rolled wide. A few nervy moments at the back there, and Tara O'Keefe.
Yeah, they had to grit their teeth there, South, as we saw the ball flung in from the corner. A chance there. Warriner went missing for a moment. And then the chance for Uppo. And in the end, Gunston just getting it back for O'Keefe to have a strike.
And nothing there to suggest a handball other than a couple of optimistic shouts. There's Clough once again trying to get around Juilliard, and it's going to be another set piece for Lions to come in from this near side. Clough is too quick.
I don't think it really matters what side you play Cannon Clough on. She's going to turn up and she's going to force the defence to really bring their A game.
Well, she's a right footer, so playing her on the left, she can cut back and hit it from range. McElligott to deliver, 5 to aim for in the box. She'll go herself, and Warriner claimed that one cleanly, and she had to with the player of the moment, Cannon Clough, just waiting for the rebound. O'Donoghue. She'll push out to the left. Lila Untitled. Rochdale Jr. will play it forward, but no one's there for South. So coming off her line is Clark. There's the near side, and Coyne pass to no one in particular, which allows O'Keefe to mop up. Just a bit too much on that pass, trying to pick out any Coyne. Clough wasting no time with the throw in. McElligott cutting back inside, and he was dispossessed by Franco, but as quickly as she won it back, lost out to O'Keefe, who quickly gave it back to Cheyana Singh, and it was Vecchio who, she's operating centrally this time. And the radar not quite finely tuned for Souths.
That's one trait that Souths have had so far, is their physicality, giving away a foul to Cannon Clough just moments ago, and then in that passage of play really bodying out some of the Lions defenders and winning that ball back. So they've got them humming at the moment, and they're not going to give away an inch. And all the effort areas that you'll ask of your players are certainly on show tonight for Souths.
I'm pretty sure I just saw our broadcast being watched on the Lions bench as well. Not sure if they're listening in or not.
I was about to say.
Not sure they want our tactical advice. Ball played over the top, well done, and here is Coyne getting on her bike to try and chase that down, but the sideline will win the race for that ball. But another sign of intent for South, looking to get in behind the opposing fullbacks.
She's looked the most likely tonight, Annie Coyne. Received a lot of work down that right-hand side, and that's where a lot of South's attacking has come from, and she's had some great moments too. That ball just eluding her However, some of her touches have been class to start off with.
There's Gunston stretching out those long legs and served us so well in her NPL career. She only really broke out in 2020, Amy Gunston, but she's been just such a reliable presence for Lions over the last 4 seasons.
She's had some of the best to learn off too in that attacking front, James, with Tegan riding at the helm.
And here is Gunston into the box and last-ditch sliding challenge. And the ball across the box from Premel, and it will roll over for Utah to take. But possession given away cheaply. Nakadate brings the throw in off Utah. Sarah O'Donoghue getting through plenty of work so far as the throw in is taken towards the corner. Heavy touch just kept in with the squared ball, and just the presence of Premel forces another corner for Lions.
Here's a run from Gunston, just cutting through the line, and then it was a lovely challenge. Premel trying to get on the end of that sloppy ball.
There are some of the not playing Lions squad members, Beck Kirkup and Jamila Rankin. Rankin is shot taken on in the box. It's still there for O'Keefe from close range. Another great save, B. Warriner. And another shout for a handball not given by Ms. Troy, and you're going to have play on for the moment. And ball through. Premel looking to cause some drama in the box, and it's getting more and more nervous at the back.
Well, B. Warriner, that's going to be one of many. Another brilliant save, and then Sarah O'Donoghue coming in and just cutting down the chance. It was Tara O'Keefe who got the shot away.
Well, it was the first shot from Clough as well, and I think she may have seen her name going up in lights like we saw in the introduction. Very similar position to the goal she scored last year. And I'll finish the thought from before. Jamila Rankin taking the well-worn path from Brisbane to Melbourne, having signed with the Victory in the A-League Women's. Plenty of players scouted from the Sunshine State to head down there. Both the A-League and their NPL competition. Hey, come on, you've got to give me one. There are a couple of former Lions players who are named in the provisional squads for the upcoming NPL All-Star game later this month, and a few Lions players have been named in the provisional Queensland squad as well. There's Jess Watkins. She's looking to make her mark on the game. That's what she would have been hoping for as she's dispossessed, and all played forward by Skiers. Nakadate with the overlapping run. To get on the turn, cross in, unable to get by Juilliard. Even the near post. Seems they're trying to break forward, but they just haven't got an option to go to at the moment. Well, they could have an option now with winning the ball off Clough. Heading behind Vecchio, she's chasing it down, and she's got pace to burn, and coming back, looking to put her on the left, a touch by Everts, and on the follow-up, she'll clear it away. And those are the moments Souths are going to be relying on. Maybe Everts making a 30th appearance in all competitions this season. Featured in every Kappa Women's Super Cup match thus far.
All right, get compact, Scarlett. 4-4-2.
Heavy touch as Watkins dispossessed again. McGilligan. Over the top, and O'Donoghue, she's under pressure from Gunston. Dealt with that well to launch it over the bench. Sarah O'Donoghue on a Future Matildas scholarship. There's Bonifant getting it forward. Beautiful ball in behind, and an even better sliding challenge by O'Donoghue again. almost getting sick of calling her name. That's how heavily she's been involved in the opening 17 minutes, and she's going to be called on again as Dunstan plays the through ball for Clough. She'll look to play it through on her left. Shot from range. Anna Gallagher, and it's into the netting, saving some of the fans watching from the bar and cafe area at Imperial Corp Stadium.
We'll talk about young talent Sarah O'Donoghue, an example of that, and Megan McGallagher just couldn't wrap her foot around the pass from Clough. It's been ominous. Clough's made many inroads down that left-hand side, and this time it was McGallagher lining up. However, the chance goes begging once more for Lions.
Look, I'm a big fan of history, big fan of stats, and if you've watched all three Kappa Women's Super Cup finals, or the 2 1/4, however many we've played, this is the longest Lions have gone without scoring in a Kappa Women's Super Cup final. 2 minutes against Western Pride in 2021, 10 minutes last year out at Goodwin Park. So something for South to hold on to, and they'll be hoping that that streak can continue for 90 or possibly even a little bit longer than that.
This certainly has the taste of what we saw in the middle of the week, but with Gold Coast Knights and Western United. Of course, Gold Coast Knights hosting the A-League club for the round of 16 Australia Cup. And they had many chances, Gold Coast Knights. They just weren't able to make it pay and make it stick. In the end, United ran away with the victory. But similarly here, Lions have created the chances, and so we thought they would. They've had the run of play. They just haven't been able to put it together when it really counts. That last pass, that final shot is just lacking at the moment. I'm sure it'll potentially come. But for South, they'll be happy to see out a 0 scoreline so far.
For sure, they're trying to pick out Jess Watkins, and it's dealt with Clark, and she's put under pressure and had to rush that clearance. Another good sign for South with the high press. Emily Clark making just her 8th appearance of the season. But she has been the kind of preferred option in the cup, and she could be put under pressure again as Coyne is put under pressure herself, and that rushed clearance results in a corner for South.
I was just asking for a foul there, Annie Coyne, and she may have had a case. Abby Everts coming from behind. Potentially a chance for a free kick right on the edge of the area.
Although I don't think they'll complain about the corner, but I've seen those given, I've seen those not given. And South, can they make this set piece count? Watkins with the outswinging delivery dealt with by Lions. There's McGallagher on the turn. She'll play it away, and Watkins, she was expecting the horizontal ball, and Kadate linking up with Clough, and here is room for Clough to slide through, and it's eventually played off Gunston. Gunston winning the ball back, but Lions conceding possession quickly, and here goes Utatau. Watkins making a run in front, and still played into the crowd of bodies, hoping someone will come away with it, and Shana Singh almost did just that, and we will not be calling that one a shot on target in the official statistics. It's a bit of an overhit through ball. O'Donoghue given time to play the ball up towards the halfway, but a heavy touch. Gives it back to Lions, and once again, it's a little bit of pinball when it gets into the middle third of the pitch, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah, they just have real intensity in that midfield there. Lions, you see Amy Gunston now doing her defensive work. Between O'Keefe, Gunston.
And McGallagher through ball just a little bit too strong for Premel.
They'll have a serious intent to win the ball back as soon as it's lost. And that's just what South are struggling with at the moment. They're maybe just a yard behind, a step behind. As we see here, Lions win the ball back. This time it was Skiers.
I did promise you I wouldn't make the Lions hunt in packs joke until the second half, but I'll just, well, call out a cheap way to get the joke in the first half. And here's Skiers. Ball back, playing it off Utatau, and Followed by Bonifant. Eventually winds up at the feet of Vecchio. She's got a pair of orange shirts in front of her, able to fashion space for the weaker right foot. Back by Lyons. Clough forward for McGilligan. O'Donoghue again. Huge intervention from the young centre back. Souths pushing forward, not in too many numbers, and a rather aimless ball forward from Juilliard. Notice how she's getting further and further forward, but it's one back by Apu. And a cynical pullback, and that's a Souths free kick. Apparently, I honestly thought that was going to go the way of Lions, but they...
Well, Apo did have a handful of the jersey. However, from our vantage point, it definitely looked like the free kick was intended for the other way. However, Souths end up with it.
We'll defer to Caitlin Troy. She is just a little bit closer to the action than us. Doesn't reach the 18-yard box. For Juilliard, and she'll try and wait for Vecchio, who just overrun the angle a little bit. Vecchio, it's the one goal this season, but strong work front from the South's young attacker.
That's all it takes. A little half chance if they make the most of it, South, or Lions for that matter. It's that easy to get one on the board.
And Souths are growing into the game after experiencing a pretty decent spell of pressure, and Vecchio behind ball, hoping that Singh had been making the run. Nothing doing with that one. And out wide it goes, Nakadate. Inside for Premel, but three Souths players around her, and Premel did well to earn the foul, just drawing the challenge from Sonny Franco. Not a whole lot to complain about there.
No, she turned away very well, Scarlett Premel. And that's not a great free kick.
Coyne gets that back, but just a bit of a rush of blood from Annie Coyne. The Lions pretty much getting the result they wanted from the free kick, even if it was a little bit of an indirect path there. And who decides to just search out the sideline. Meg McGilligan. Pretty solid season for Lions. 11 goals in all competitions, 2 in the Kappa Women's Super Cup. Skiers looking it back for O'Keefe. Have a quick mention of Tara O'Keefe as well. One of the unheralded players for Lions as well, gets through so much work just marshalling that midfield. You know, the attackers get all the attention, as is the case pretty much everywhere in football. But I always love seeing those defensive midfielders, just the amount of work they get through. You think that they're the ones that make the teams tick.
She's a calming influence, and she's very economic. Comes up with very few errors. You see her get the ball back there and have another go at that pass.
And with Lions, they're not afraid to commit bodies forward as well. So having that midfielder that can sort of play that extra screening role and drop into defence as needed is so valuable. You think of the roles Kyra Cooney-Cross played for the Matildas as well, and also have to get at least one Arsenal reference in, thinking back to Matthew Flamini in the past as well. It's just those players are so important for these really good teams. Well, let's get back to the action.
But she also helps out in the attacking front too. We saw she had a shot earlier on in the game, and she has the odd goal in her arsenal as well. So yes, hats off to Tara O'Keefe, without a doubt. Fantastic player, and really holds down that midfield, as you alluded to, James.
Franco playing it forward, but can only pick out Nakadate, and Watkins getting a little bit frustrated, I think. Yeah, just a bit of a shove. Lions Japanese fullback. And we'll have a take 2 on that free kick as the ball was still rolling. So Bonifant set to take again, and Lions keeping the ball rolling. We haven't had all that many stoppages. It's been pretty much 27 minutes of non-stop action. And a nervy ball back from DeVerne, but it had enough on it to reach Warrener. Now her to put it into the Lions half, albeit temporarily. Gallagher back, dispossessed, and another attempted rugby tackle almost, and Franco just with a little bit of a smile.
She knew what she was doing there, Sonny Franco, as we catch it on the replay. She had one go and then decided to have another crack at Tara O'Keefe.
Not a whole lot of subtlety in that challenge, but sometimes those are the ones you need to make.
Possibly not the worst foul in the end either, as she was ensuring that O'Keefe didn't get away, possibly spotted that the defence was under a bit of pressure.
I'd ask you with a word of advice for the fourth official. So it's just looking to get out of their own half on the turn at Singh. Watkins, she's dragged down from behind by Nakadate. It's going to be a fascinating battle between those two. It's starting to heat up a little bit. Couple of, I won't say strong challenges, but challenges with a bit of fire to it.
Yeah, a few fouls just flying in at the moment, and as you said, nothing too over the top, but both sides certainly not giving an inch. And as we approach the half an hour mark, it's been Lions with the majority of the run of play, but Souths have had their moments and they'll continue to create.
Can Annie Coyne create from here? She'll back inside and see a wall of orange. Off with the sliding challenge to head out for a throw-in. She'll leave that for Brooklyn Juilliard. See a couple of familiar faces in the crowd. Looked clear, but no Lions player. About 30 metres from their own goal, so that's going to give the ball straight back to Souths. That one's sprayed out wide, and last touch off Gunston. Pressure by Juilliard. Here with the clip over the top, and starts getting a bit too much of Vecchio.
Tremendous effort from South to get back to the Cup final after probably not the greatest season they've had in the league, and they struggled at times, but one thing's for sure, they've really aimed up in the Kappa Women's Super Cup, and to make it to another final, not an easy task. And again, they run into Lions once more. Of course, a hard team to come up against, but I'm sure they would have learned a lot of lessons from last year, and as you said, we can't directly correlate last year's result to this one, as there has been a fair bit of change between the two ranks.
Well, there's some of the players from last year's final for Souths alone not involved tonight. Monica Vecchio, Lisa Gregson, Emma Smith, they're all not involved tonight. Piper Adams-Jones, another one. We've also got Kissel, Morland, Katana and Devine. They followed Gary French down to Gold Coast Knights, and Paloma Oliveira with Gold Coast United. And should give a special mention to Oliveira as well, because she's just come back from a pretty nasty leg break as well. So it's good to see her back for Gold Coast United. And here they go on the turn as Souths with Watkins. She created an opportunity out for Utatau. Heavy touch by Vecchio, and not a natural role for Vecchio playing as that central striker. We've seen her more out wide in her time in the NPL, but too narrow for Gunston. You can see what they were trying to do with the curled through ball.
Really noticing just the recent exchanges, the chances have severely dried up. We had a flurry in the first 15 to 20 minutes, but it's calmed down a little bit. As you said, either side just trying to grab a foothold in this game. And with that has come less of that flary attacking play as they try and build into things. And now One Eye will be on half-time. Not right yet, but the managers will certainly start to have a think about things and see how the game is poised.
And the next 13 minutes and change is going to be so crucial for both of these sides as well, because Lions, the longer this goes on, again, you know, we've had a few cliches here tonight, but the longer this goes, the more frustration is going to build for them as Watkins wins another throw-in. They know they need to try and find a way to get through. There's Trent Gregson, who took over at the end of last year for Gary French, former Western Pride coach. Coach B. Warren over the last couple of stops. Plenty of faith there as McElligott goes on the turn out now for Clough. He's got space to run as Coyne steaming back and forced the rush clearance, and Coyne will continue to close down Clough, and Clough concedes a throw-in. It is a warm night as well. I should say, like, spring has well and truly hit in southeast Queensland. To 28 today, plenty of humidity, and I know the old joke, it doesn't get cold in Brisbane, but it has been quite a warm day, and I don't think the temperature has quite dropped into the level the players would be used to over the last few months.
Well, it certainly feels like spring came a little early, and well, it is here now, of course, today being the first day, but both sides will be
Kadate closed down, escaping the pressure well. Vecchio dispossessed. Upper. Kadate has stolen space and play that ball to the top of the 18-yard box. We have an update from the NPL men's semi-final that is taking place simultaneously as well. You can check that one out once we're done with the Kappa Women's Super Cup final. It was Penn Power taking the lead from the penalty spot. 33 minutes played in that game. So it might have been Brenton Fox with the goal. Big weekend of action coming up on FQTV, starting with tonight's match from Imperial Corp Stadium, plus match down at the Croatian Sports Centre. I'll do a bit of a TV guide run through later on. Please tell me you're not too young to remember a TV guide, Josh.
No, I remember it very clearly.
And a nervous moment for Everts, but just able to get the ball away from Sonny Franco. Gunston coming back inside. She'll go for a run herself. Gunston just towed away by Juilliard. Space now at the far post. Here is Upper with the shot. Another great save. B. Warner.
Not the first time tonight. Amy Gunston has really cut through this South defence. Then Tia Uppo getting the shot away. As you see, B. Warner coming to the floor once again. She's been mega so far for South.
And after both sides appeal for the throw-in, it is going to go the way of Souths.
Here it is again. Uppo releasing the shot, and then to her right, mid-air, B. Warner got a strong glove. It had to beat and denies Lions.
Yeah, a bit of a shank from Juilliard, who can just laugh that one off. But I should mention as well on that save, good work by Juilliard not to turn that into her own net either. A little touch by McElligott, just too heavy for Gunston, and switching it to the far side. Vecchio. I wonder if she's switched with Watkins now, moving out to the left, and Watkins taking up a central role. There is the Lions bench, and some pretty handy reinforcements to call upon if they need it. There's going to be a corner on the signal Is Troy the referee? And another set piece now for Lions as they look to finish the first half with a flourish.
They haven't quite nailed the corners so far, Lions. They've had a few half chances with it too, but nothing of any highlight. Here they go again.
Going towards the near post, headed away by South on the back post, almost picked up by Everts. A foot race now is going to be won by Sonny Franco. She'll play it forward. Here is Watkins in space. Jess Watkins shifted into the centre, and excellent covering work by Sarah Bonifant. And the young defender got across so well to deny Jess Watkins.
Annie Coyne has been the popular member popping up for Souths on this near touchline, but on that moment it was Watkins who made the run in behind. Sarah Bonifant did very well to come across and shut her down. But now they'll...
And it would have been a tight angle as well to take that shot, but they did get the corner, which Watkins will take. Outswinging delivery lofted towards the back post, and Clark had to claim that one cleanly because, well, the ball didn't wind up in the back of the net, but Sonny Franco did. She was worried she might have gotten caught up in the netting. But
some very strong fingertips there from Emily Clark as she caught this ball right on the rise, falling back.
And I'll tell you what, that's a pretty impressive delivery from Jess Watkins as well, because how often do you see those balls curl out and back in, and it's a wasted opportunity? Delegate on the turn, just shy of the halfway line, looking to pick out Nakadate, and a heavy touch has almost done just that. Hernell putting the pressure on O'Donoghue, cleared away by Souths up to the halfway line. Up in the air, and some room to operate for Skiers as she can only play it into DeVerne. There goes Souths once again, and that shift is giving them some opportunities. Here goes Singh through the midfield. She can hit them from range. She'll lay it off this time for Coyne, who beats Gunston to the loose ball. Back to goal, so Coyne, she's going to have to wait for support, and Gunston just clips that behind for the corner.
Credit to Amy Gunston, playing in an advanced role tonight, but definitely not shirking her defensive obligations. As we see South pull together a couple of nice passes. As you said, Singh was on the run, and instead of taking it on, she decided to lay it off. And there's Amy Gunston getting across field and shutting down Coyne. They do have another corner here, South.
And I do like that change they've made as well, putting Watkins through the middle as well. It frees up Vecchio to go up and down the wing, and Watkins seems a lot more natural in that central striker role, but he's out wide for the delivery here, looking again for a lofted ball to the back post, allowed to bounce, which will work out well for Skiers. She'll get up to McGilligan, just shy of the halfway line. She'll look for the turn. A number of players have made a run forward, including Cannon Clough, and she's wound up with the ball at her feet. Cannon Clough, can she get by O'Donoghue again? Sarah O'Donoghue just dispossessing Cannon Clough. And you wonder how much more can this South defence hold out?
She's been the glue tonight, Sarah O'Donoghue. She's had Gunston, Clough, Arpo, all come at her. She stood up very tall. Here she is again.
To hold it. The ball to reach the byline, not enough roll on it for that. Forward looking for Watkins. Everts with the header. Lions going backwards to go forwards. O'Keefe on the turn, just inside the South's half. Remmel crowded out by a duo of South's players, and Watkins is in, but Clark read it well off her line, and she will thump that one into the stands.
It really does feel as though Souths are playing with a freedom. They're really enjoying their football at the moment, it seems. Both with the ball and without it. And it's really good to watch.
Well, to borrow a quote from the Waterboy, last game of the year, Brent, can't hold anything back. Throw in taken as Clough clears it up for McGilligan, and a lot of joy so far for Lions. So one chance for Tia Arpo. Only sticks out as McGilligan is straight offside, and crowd sounds like it's starting to maybe favour the underdog here with South.
And McGilligan popping up as you can see her pointing. The pass.
That extra touch.
Yeah, from Apo just pushing McGilligan offside. It's very important for South to see out this first half. A goal could really quickly change the landscape of things, but if they can get to half-time and Trent Gregson can have a word with them, and the same for Rob Askew for that matter. Still 45 minutes to play, a long way to go still.
O'Donoghue stepping forward, able to get through that challenger. Clough going for the outside of the foot pass and unable to tee up Watkins. And Gold Coast United have equalised from close range down at Carrara. Mitch Nichols heading in from less than a metre out by the looks of it. Now bringing you action from Imperial Corp Stadium, but we do have one eye on the semi-final as well. Gunston. The Lions are throwing here as they try to clear their line. 19 seconds of normal time remaining, and outside of Sonny Franco winding up in the back of the net, I can't think of any major stoppages we've had in the first half. At most 60 seconds to be added, surely. Gallagher on the turn. She looked to play that ball through for Apo, and she's stolen, and the flag has gone up. And another frustrating forward foray for Lions.
Yeah, it's twice now they've had a nice run made, first from McGilligan and then Apo. And the flag goes up to deny him on both occasions. B. Warner again coming out and protecting that goal of hers.
And Penn Power taking the lead back after barely 60 seconds. As we still await that breakthrough goal at Imperial Corp Stadium. South's holding out the dynastic Lions side through pretty much 45 minutes as they'll take a patient approach, just work the ball at the back. Sarah O'Donoghue has been a nice standout performer in the first half so far. Will look long. Back for South, just inside their own half, and nowhere really for Juilliard to go other than over the sideline. Clough not wasting any time with the throw in. They're looking to pick up the pace as we close out the first half. Ball for Apo, unable to get around Utatau. She'll take a run. 1 minute of stoppage time signalled. Already a quarter of the way through, and then we have one last breakthrough. Here goes South, and a run now for Sonny Franco. She's got room to measure her cross. If there's an option that presents itself, she'll put it to the top of the box. Heavy touch. The onrushing Singh. Apo, clever little turn from Tia Apo, and now can she tee up McGilligan? Will we have late drama? Meg McGilligan, another save. Warriner coming up big, but it's not done yet. Apo dispossessed with a desperation lunge. Gunston is going to chase it down. No flag for offside. Gunston will look for the cutback outside of the foot shot by Apo. And it is going to be a Lions corner. And they're finishing strong now, the reigning Kappa Women's Super Cup champions.
Between O'Donoghue, Sarah O'Donoghue and B. Warner, they have been the standout performance in this first half. This time it was Warner making the stop. McGilligan had the shot, and then following up, Apo just couldn't get her shot away, but Lions do have a corner which they'll be hoping to profit from.
Last play of the first half, surely. In it goes to the near post, headed away. And over the sideline, you can see the rush for pizza and ribs starting already in the crowd as we approach halftime of the Kappa Women's Super Cup final. Back now for Clough. Time to measure the ball. She'll look for Gunston at the back post. It'll bounce through to Nakadate. She'll lift it up in the air, headed away by DeVerne. Steers back to goal, forced to go backwards. And that will be the end of what has been an enthralling and even first half in the Kappa Women's Super Cup. Josh, pretty impressive from South.
South have really stood up. They've come to play. It was an entertaining first half, but of course a second 45 to come.
For sure, and the teams will make their way to the sheds for the halftime talk. Souths have to be pretty happy with that. We're going to step away for a few minutes and we'll be back with the second half after this.
The thing about us Australians, everyone's a coffee critic. You give us a lackluster latte, we'll turn it into a down-the-sink cappuccino. That's why for our 30th birthday, we're celebrating 30 years of early risers, sideline cheers, road trip pick-me-ups, and long sips squeezed into short breaks. Because at McCafe, we're committed to making a smooth, rich blend of coffee, not just fit for anyone, but coffee fit for an Aussie.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters, all powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
The thing about us Australians, everyone's a coffee critic. You give us a lackluster latte, we'll turn it into a down-the-sink cappuccino. That's why for our 30th birthday, we're celebrating 30 years of early risers, sideline cheers, road trip pick-me-ups, and long sips squeezed into short breaks. Because at McCafe, we're committed to making a smooth, rich blend of coffee, not just fit for anyone, but coffee fit for an Aussie.
It is halftime here at Imperial Corp Stadium, the Kappa Women's Super Cup final for 2023. Expectant crowd came expecting maybe a Lions procession, Josh Masamisi. It's James Coughlin here in commentary with Josh. And it has been a pretty even first half overall. More chances for Lions, but we've had some chances. We might check out some of the highlights now.
Well, heading to the ground, a Lions lead was on the cards, certainly at the first break. And there's B. Warner denying Tia Uppo. We see another lovely ball in, and another chance here for Lions was brewing. This time it was Kadate getting the shot away.
McElligott with the ball across, and Uppo for Gunston, and O'Keefe with what would have been the unlikeliest of first goal scorers tonight. Clough with the cutback. McElligott couldn't wrap her foot around it to get that one on target. And Lions, they've had their chances. They just haven't been able to finish them just yet, with Tegan Riding on the bench. This was the best of the bunch from Tia Uppo, and a diving save, B. Warner.
And it brought out the best in B. Warner for sure. She's been mega so far. McElligott making a lovely run, and Warner made a beautiful save here again, this time going low. She's done it all tonight, B. Warner.
And a desperation challenge they had to get right for Souths as well. And it has been, shading Souths for the chances, but they have had their moments. Molly Vecchio almost causing a bit of calamity at the back for Everts. And how about this for a lightning quick counter attack? This started with the Lions set piece into the box.
Yeah, there's a lovely run back by Watkins, and her and Coyne have been great up top for South so far this evening.
And well, we didn't have the ball go into the back of the net, but we did have a player in this instance with a desperation lunge from Sonny Franco. Jess Watkins with the corner delivery. Just lofted it up.
Yeah, Emily Clark did well to stay out of trouble there, as she could have been collided with by Franco, but in the end, all is well. And 0-0 is where we sit at half-time.
All right, well, it is half-time here at Imperial Corp Stadium. We will be back with the second half after this.
The thing about us Australians, everyone's a coffee critic. You give us a lackluster latte, we'll turn it into a down-the-sink cappuccino. That's why for our 30th birthday, we're celebrating 30 years of early risers, sideline cheers, road trip pick-me-ups, and long sips squeezed into short breaks. Because at McCafe, we're committed to making a smooth, rich blend of coffee, not just fit for anyone, but coffee fit for an Aussie.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
The thing about us Australians, everyone's a coffee critic. You give us a lackluster latte, we'll turn it into a down-the-sink cappuccino. That's why for our 30th birthday, we're celebrating 30 years of early risers, sideline cheers, road trip pick-me-ups, and long sips squeezed into short breaks. Because at McCafe, we're committed to making a smooth, rich blend of coffee, not just fit for anyone, but coffee fit for an Aussie.
It is the 2023 Kappa Women's Super Cup final from Imperial Corp Stadium. Filling out your Friday night on FQTV, James Coughlin, Josh Musamisi bringing you all the action as the second trophy of 2023 goes on the line. That is what we're playing for, the Perpetual Trophy and the 2023 honour. Lions making their way back out to the pitch here at Newmarket. Souths with Sarah O'Donoghue in 20. Gosh, we've spoken about her so much over the first half, but she has been immense.
That is the best way to describe it. She's had her hands in everything good for Souths and really stood up at the back, dominating the play and repelling this Lions attack.
And Tegan Riding with some words of encouragement in her subs vest. Well, we have the Souths bench. Well, they have a say in the match as we get to the second half here at Imperial Corp Stadium, hosting its second Kappa Women's Super Cup final. It was Lions 7-1 here in 2021. They're up 3-0, 4-0 at halftime that night. It was 3-0 for Lions half-time last year when these two sides met at Goodwin Park. It is 0-0 though. It is still all to play for over the next 45 minutes. Will we be getting any overtime pay tonight, Josh?
Well, you never know. You just never know. And I've got to say, we had some beautiful shots as we see here from the camera crew at Double Take. This is the Lions bench, of course. Tegan Riding with a smile on her face. It's been a big week for her, a big season for her.
And how eager is she to get out onto the pitch as well, Tegan Riding?
Should be itching to get out there, of course, with the game in the balance too.
And we are unchanged from kickoff as well. No subs made by either team. They are, as they departed at the end of the first half, it will be Lions getting us back underway in all orange, going from left to right on your screen. Wherever you are tuning in this evening on FQTV. Very pleased to have your company, who will come through and win the Kappa Women's Super Cup for 2023. We've got 45 minutes to find out, maybe a little bit longer. Let's just get through the next 45 minutes first. It is Lions. It's possessed with Vecchio getting on the ball as Singh. Watkins looking to make a run through the middle and it's cleared away. It's headed across the pitch by O'Donoghue and On the turn is Elise Franco. Two Francos on the pitch at the moment. Elise in number 8, Sunny in number 16.
Well, we saw Lions and Teague riding with smiles on their faces. Sunny Franco had a big one just before the resumption of this second half, and so did South, and rightly so. They've been well and truly in the fight, and I think we spoke about it in the first half. They're enjoying their football. They're enjoying what they're doing out there tonight. They've come to play, and you can see it in their style of play.
And this is just part of a massive weekend of football on FQTV. Underway soon for the second half is the NPL Men's 3 versus 6 semi-final. Gold Coast United trailing Penn Power 2-1 to the nominal visitors on the night at the Croatian Sports Centre. And then tomorrow, a whole lot of action coming your way. We've got the Maccas FQPL 1 playoff at 4 p.m. Pride against Ipswich Knights, the Ipswich Derby, and the NPLW playoff between Olympic and Southwest Queensland at 7 p.m. And then Sunday, I understand, Josh, you're going to be on the Classico back here at Imperial Corp Stadium, Brisbane City in the NPL Men's.
Yeah.
6 p.m. kickoff for that.
Yeah, really looking forward to that one. They've had some great clashes throughout the year, and of course, the NPL Men's receiving a shake-up in terms of its finals concept. So it should be a good one Sunday afternoon. I've got to say, the pitch tonight looking phenomenal. Well,
Brisbane City, one of the clubs benefiting from the World Cup that has been and gone, as this was one of the nominated training venues, and I'm told pretty much all the facilities, including Luxury Paint Stadium at Richlands as well, the home of Lions, received top marks. So some rave reviews for our facilities here. And he's going to be getting plenty of work this weekend as well, with a number of huge matches as Lions look for the breakthrough. Good work by O'Keefe to get the ball in the final third of the pitch, but Lions conceding possession. Now they're on the defensive, and Bonifant rising high to nod that one away. Otherwise, Watkins would have been in on Clark. And ball forward for Apo as she's on the edge of the 18-yard box. Cleared away the young attacker, and South's pushing forward. Nakadate blocking that attempted clearance by Vecchio, and down goes Nakadate. Nakadate making just her 11th appearance of the season as well. She has missed a bit of time for Lions. Her first Kappa Women's Super Cup appearance. Free kick taken quickly. Out wide for Clough. She'll hit it first time off the left, over the top, and McGilligan could not get that header on target, and Lions' frustrations in the 18-yard box continue.
It's almost as if she didn't quite anticipate the ball to land at her head. Megan McGillicuddy, again it was Clough whipping it in, and it was hard to see with the rise of Sarah Donahue. In the end, she did well to get a header onto the ball, but just couldn't direct it goalward.
Almost just looked like a bit of a mistimed jump from O'Donoghue as well, because she was almost heading down as the ball crossed where she would have been. Either way, another raid survived by South. We're still scoreless, and can they spring an unlikely goal here? Well, not with a pass like that, and goes back for O'Donoghue, and she'll go for a run now, evading one, evading two, evading three, and an acrobatic block by Nakadate to cut that one out. Vecchio to take the throw in for O'Donoghue as pass is misplaced, finds McGilligan, and she'll to clip it forward, intercepted by Singh. We have a number of ex-QAS players in this south side. Shayana Singh just made the move to Wakeley Park this year. Singh losing out to Nakadate. Just sizing up her options and play it forward, and a heavy challenge by O'Keefe, but her and Elise Franco just showing no hard feelings. Just a midfielder's challenge, that one. Forward finds Watkins, and he was adjudged to have used her hand.
got to say, it hasn't been the smoothest run towards the final for, well, in particular, Lions, despite a big win against Grange in round of 16. Between East and Mitchelton, they went the distance against Eastern Suburbs all the way to penalties. They eventually got up there, and then against Mitchelton, it went to extra time. So it hasn't been the cleanest run towards the final.
Yeah, but that is the joy of cup football. There's no style points, just as long as you get the job done. And to be fair to Lions as well, on the road for 3 of the 4 rounds as well. First up, a trip down to Coplix, where they just got by a gallant Gold Coast side. Bet Kirkup with the 59th minute winner in that game. That was the only goal. Went on the road to Grange. Slightly easier night, 10-0 win. And then what was an epic game against East that went down to penalties. And we called that semi-final against Mitchie, which they needed extra time to get by.
Yeah, Mitchelton with a last minute or a late goal to send that into extra time. And Lions just weren't able to kill them off in the 90.
There was a bit of a late show in that game as well, as the ball through is deflected, but picked up again by Gunston. Away from Premel, who was the closest player. Strong challenge by Franco as she gets it away, and Gunston with the desperation lunge to try and keep that one in the attacking third. And all over the top again, trying to free up Watkins. Picked up by Bonifant. It's the captain on the night. Chested down. O'Donoghue, and she's pushing forward as well. Watkins to hold it up, can't get a clean purchase on that ball, and gives it up for O'Keefe and Premel. Back to O'Keefe. Everett's picking out Gunston. Lions just slowing the pace of play down in the early stages of the second half. There's O'Keefe. For Clough. Bit of a lull at the moment, Josh. Both sides just going to be a little bit cautious to start the second half. Save for O'Donoghue, who I think has pretty much covered every blade of grass on the pitch in the last 8.5 minutes.
It's not just a Kappa Women's Super Cup final that you claim tonight if you are Lions. You also make a major step forward for the treble, already claiming the premiership. And with another one here tonight, that'll tick 2 boxes from 3. There's, of course, the grand final hosted at Suncorp Stadium this year. That's where they'll look to finish off the treble if they can get the job done tonight.
And Vecchio earning the foul.
Of course, pending they do make the grand final.
Well, yeah, you can never take anything for granted in finals football. They've got Gold Coast United next Sunday, and that is going to be a yellow card for Tia Upper. Her first of the campaign. So no Lions player has received a red card this year, but a few have for Souths. Ball goes to the edge of the 18-yard box. And a heavy ball over the top is asking a bit too much of Vecchio. Behind it goes. So just tonight in the Souths lineup, Sienna Vardy, the reserve goalkeeper, Sarah O'Donoghue, Sunny Franco and Elise Franco have all been sent off this season.
Quite the rap sheet.
Here's the ball, shot from range, and it's set up well for Sunny Franco.
Well, they have demonstrated some aggressive play tonight, South, and I'm not saying they're a dirty team by no stretch of the imagination. However, they certainly bring it defensively. They're not going to let you get away with things or walk all over the top of them. You can see why one or two challenges may have gone awry over time, causing a few red cards to be issued. But it is a style of play that they have adopted, and it's working for them so far in the opening 56 minutes of this match.
It certainly is. And the throw-in was rushed, but Upper tried to keep it in, but unsuccessfully. You do wonder just how long before Rob Askew goes to his bench.
Well, the obvious member is Tegan Riding, sitting on the bench so far, and you'd assume if things stay this way, she's the most likely out of the group to get on the park.
And just adds that extra threat in attack with the experience. Clough getting by one challenge well and looking for the pass to the near post. Cleared away though by DeVerne. It makes her way over. You can see the yellow card for Apo, and well, just the arm on the shoulder of Vecchio. And there is Rob Askew on the bottom of the screen, deep in thought. And Apo accepting the yellow card. Now back to live pictures. So we've got the in-swinging delivery from McElligott, slicing it out towards the spot, over the top of everyone. Everts with the touch into the 6-yard box, and it is a whistle which will relieve the pressure for Souths. Warren are taking the goal kick quickly and short. Lions pressing high. O'Keefe to force an error. And Premel is taking it straight off Aaliyah DeVerne, and with a tackle right on the edge of the box, it is going to be a booking for O'Donoghue.
Well, we held our breath as we didn't know what colour card was going to be produced. Here's the foul. Sarah O'Donoghue just getting a little lazy with things as she was waiting for, or baiting Premel to make her way forward. In the end, Premel won the ball, and out comes the card. And she's lucky to get away with the yellow there. Some would say that she denied a clear and obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
And perhaps just the other defender to her right was what saved her as well. But looking to get a little bit overconfident, trying to clear the ball out of her box. And McElligott and Premel addressing the free kick. Premel with a very direct run-up. But you fancy it's got to be Meg McElligott with the experience straight into the wall. On the follow-up, she'll get a second go and fire it over.
I think she'll want that back over. Megan McElligott didn't quite get aerial with the free kick. Trying to just dart it between that wall. B. Warren awake and aware as McElligott let loose, and then on the follow-up with the left boot this time. Great skill to use both feet. However, the second attempt going over the top.
And Lions looking to turn their advantage. Apo has gotten around O'Donoghue and just shoots it straight at B. Warriner. And DeVerne. And the Lions getting the ball back off the deflection from Clough, but Lions really starting to flex their muscle, and South's just hanging on.
Yeah, scary moments there for South. That's all it takes, of course, and when Lions have the power they do.
Right, it goes off Nakadate, and coming on now, you can see at the bottom of the screen the number 10 in orange. The change will not be coming just yet. Play on with the throw in, out it goes, and on the second attempt, we are getting the substitution. It is Scarlett Premel withdrawn, and Rob Askew looking to turn the tide of this game has gone for the biggest of big guns in NPL Queensland, Tegan Riding. That's away on in the 60th minute.
She's been celebrated over recent times, and rightly so. Tegan Riding notched up a number of milestones in season 2023. Now out there to hopefully save the day for Lions in the final of the Kappa Women's Super Cup.
But for now, it is defensive duties for Lions, which is seeing the pressure quickly relieved by that misplaced pass. So Riding with a record of 225 goals in 200 NPL appearances across her time at East and Lions. But on the defensive there is Singh. Oh my goodness, Shayana Singh has put South in the lead against the run of play with an absolute bullet. Emily Clark beaten and South have the lead. Did you see that one coming? I didn't. And Shayana Singh with a special strike to open the scoring in the Kappa Women's Super Cup final.
Shayana Singh has just cracked this Kappa Women's Super Cup final right open, receiving the ball and then unleashing the strike. Emily Clark couldn't do anything about it as from distance, Shayana Singh gets South ahead in a very, very brilliant way.
And well, how glad the Lions have got Riding on the pitch, because I cannot remember the last time they were trailing in a cup match. The last time they were trailed in the NPL would have been that loss to Penn Power, but let's see what response Lions have. Singh now back. Tara O'Keefe, she's forced to the corner. And I cannot believe that strike. That was just an unbelievable hit from 25 metres out. And South's looking for a quick-fire double as Franco is felled in the centre circle. No advantage, will come back.
They've had the licence tonight to relax, breathe, push the ball around, chance their hand. And that's what they've done. That's what Shayana Singh did. Just saw the opportunity and took it. As we see the foul, or rather, this is the shot.
And an inch-perfect ball through for Singh. And with the players closing down around her, she just decided to have a crack and put it into the side netting. It could not have been placed any more perfectly. And it is just her second goal of the season. What a time to score it.
You did mention it in the first half. She has a boot that it can be quite deadly. And she opted against taking the shot on in a chance in the first half. However, this time did not hesitate. You take your chances. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Wayne Gretzky by Michael Scott.
Two things here, however, Lions, well, firstly for South, they'll find a lot of confidence from this. They'll find energy too, that's for sure. However, they've got to be awake and aware as they don't want to get too far ahead of themselves. Still half an hour to play in this game. Tegan Riding just getting into her work as she was subbed on moments ago. So still have to remain on their game, South.
Pass straight to Gunston for the turnover, but Gunston crowded out. Watkins watched closely by Everts. Lions keeping the ball in the South's half. So it's cleared away as Franco for Watkins. Back for Franco, and Vecchio is making a run into the box as Franco is forced out to the corner, and McGilligan tracking back to deny that cross. Closing down now is Clough. Coyne able to get by a couple of challenges. She'll go into the box and play the ball forward for an offside Vecchio. And I think she knew she'd strayed just a step too far forward, Kylie Vecchio.
Well, the passes are starting to stick. The runs are being made. And it's starting to come together for South. Took a moment of brilliance.
It did take a moment of brilliance. Will we have another one, or will this be all South's need? Let's hope this time you don't beat Lions 1-0. I would be stunned if this is the final scoreline, one way or another. This game will continue to open up over the next 25 or so minutes. Upper ball for Riding. Beautiful ball to almost pick her out. And great defensive work by DeVerne to take it off the shoelaces of Tegan Riding. Couldn't have measured that pass any better. Tia Arpo knows the run that Riding wants to make. Leah DeVerne tracking back well. 5 appearances for the Roar over the last couple of seasons. The tutelage of Gareth McPherson is just too strong for Uppo to bring under control. It's high up into the night sky. It's bounced via a deflection off Sonny Franco. Skiers exchanging pass as well, and she'll clip it over the top now. McElligott, is this the moment for the equaliser? Meg McElligott draws Lions level in the 67th minute with a beautiful chip. And it was all set up by the work of Ari Skiers. And Lions, they weren't behind for long. Meg McElligott draws them level with her 12th goal of the season.
Yeah, it started with Skiers. She's got the touch away, and then riding with a lovely little ball back to Skiers. Then Megan McElligott, an acrobatic finish to put it in the back of the net and get this Kappa Women's Super Cup final back to a level scoreline. Parity restored for Lions, and we've got a finish on our hands.
We certainly do. She was on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And at 2021, she is doing everything she can to make sure she will be raising the trophy before too long, but that means we still need another goal. Whether it is...
Or we need extra time.
Well, we still need another goal if there's going to be extra time, a winner in extra time. And if we go to penalty shootout, knock on wood, we're going to need someone to convert an opportunity there. He's got to be thinking 2-3 steps ahead. But it's going to be unlikely that finishes 1-1 either, as Riding dispossessed by a diving tackle. Might have been Brooklyn Driard. That was DeVerne with the challenge. Once again, throwing, looking for Riding. Did that come off a hand? It did not. Riding on the turn, looking for the strike. That did come off a hand, but no chance that was going to be a handball. Coyne forward for Watkins. And putting it into the path of the onrushing Franco, but able to control it with that touch.
Of course, Riding made her way onto the field, and the obvious threat, but you can forget about the attacking weapons that Lions do boast, and McElligott's one of them. Certainly put her hand up moments ago, and while Riding was doing the ball playing, it was McElligott making the forward run, and she was the one to finish off the chance.
Skiers stopping Sonny Franco in her tracks. Hugh. Sonny Franco looking for the ball through, is unable to pick out a teammate, but she wins the ball back. She might take a strike on from range. And taken by the diving Clark. It's easy to forget just how young Emily Clark is. She was playing under 16s and under 23s for Lions last year. Given the start in what is the biggest game of the season so far for Lions. I really have to emphasize so far before the comment section comes at me. Do we have an impact coming from the South United bench? We've already seen Riding have her say. I wonder if they were watching the bench on that phone there. Watching the shot of the bench on that phone.
They wouldn't have to, they'd just have to look up, right?
You know, I like to think the commentators bring something extra to the game, but...
We try our best.
Another optimistic strike from range from the Lions will roll harmlessly wide. And fatigue will be a huge factor on this muggy night in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, of course, very professional setups when you get to this level, and the players will be well equipped with handling all conditions, but you're right, it can catch you off guard sometimes.
And it could be caught out here as Franco gets by O'Keefe, and it is a foul. I thought that was going to be given as play on, but much to the chagrin of Tara O'Keefe. Here's a free kick as Sonny Franco to fashion a bit of space for the shot.
She just didn't get body position there, Tara O'Keefe, and Franco, rightly so, going to ground.
The referee, Caitlin Troy, would have seen that little tug on the jersey off the left hip.
Yeah, great opportunity for South. 20 minutes to play. Free kick in a threatening position.
I just wonder, you favour the left-footed strike. Here it's Jess Watkins at the left, O'Donoghue with the right. Some words of instruction for the four-player Lions wall. Got to be the angle for the left-footed strike. Clark taking up station in the centre of the goal. Instead, O'Donoghue will take on the strike, and that one is rising all the way onto the roof of the canteen area, but thanks to the angle of the roof, it rolls right back for Clark to take.
She's done a lot right tonight, Sarah O'Donoghue. However, on that occasion, just getting the free kick wrong, grabbing a little too much of it, and Emily Clark in the end wasn't threatened by that free kick. So they'll breathe a sigh of relief, Lions, as a good opportunity goes begging for South.
And Riding looking to tee up Tia Arpo. She's got a step on her defender. Arpo and another save on the follow-up. Gunston off the deflection. It is a fortunate bounce for Lions, but it doesn't matter. They are up 2-1. Amy Gunston, I think, will get credit for the goal. And after a couple of spectacular finishes, sometimes you just need things to bounce your way.
Amy Gunston just following through. As you said, she may have had the luck on her side. Firstly, is Tegan Riding playing a lovely pass through for Appo. Appo eventually got the shot away. Warrener with the stop. And then O'Donoghue just losing her footing as Riding trailed back through the centre third of the field. And just like that, Lions hit the front.
Well, what we're saying about cup football, there's no style points, just wins and losses. And for Lions, that was a bit of a fortunate bounce. I think they'll admit that, but they all count the same. So Gunston, that is her 10th career goal in the Kappa Women's Super Cup, 4th this year. And she has become the first player to score in all 3 Kappa Women's Super Cup finals.
Here it is again, Riding. We thought she'd be the one shooting. Instead, she's the one creating the chances.
And it is just so harsh on O'Donoghue as well. She's been immense, and just one slip. That was the difference. And now Souths, well, it is both the harsh reality and joy of cup football. They can just throw caution to the wind now in the final quarter of an hour and try to pull this deficit back.
If there is a positive, they don't have the pressure of the lead anymore. They can just open things up and really, as you said, throw caution to the wind with the time remaining on the clock. They've proven they can really give this a real shake, so they're definitely not out of it. Well, Lions are growing in confidence. It just takes one shot, as we saw from Singh, to get things moving for Souths.
But the hardest team in Queensland to defeat at the moment is the Lions NPL women, and Riding will look to tee up Gunston as O'Donoghue held her ground well and able to deflect that one off Gunston for the goal kick.
Yeah, just a potent combination. Riding, Gunston. And this time the bounce of the ball not going Gunston's way.
I'm sure she would have thought, what can I do to deflect this one on target here? But look, you've got to give Lions credit. They just find a way. And Riding, we thought she'd come on and be the goal scorer, but she's almost teeing things up at the moment. Acting as that playmaker, but she might take the shot on here from range. Tracking back was Elise Franco with the block. Vecchio going the wrong way, trying to escape the attention of Nakadate. For Singh, who checks her run. Penn Power up 3-1 in the semi-final. Will we have a fourth goal here at Imperial Corp Stadium? And if so, who scores it? As maybe South from that build-up, as the pass was just a bit too far in front of Giard. Power look like they are well on their way to winning their first NPL men's finals match since their promotion in 2019. Over the top, Watkins. She's putting on the afterburners to chase it down. Bonifant calmly just rolls it over the sideline. There are the South subs. And we see Josie Rowell in 15. Exactly a wealth of experience for Trent Gregson to call on. Only Angela Ma and Sophie Rood, actually, I beg your pardon, I missed that initially, but a couple of experienced options, and they're both more defensive minded as well. Taken by Nakadate.
Riding just copping a challenge there. And Megan McGallagher also going to ground as she just gets up a little ginger.
It's been a physical match tonight. Plenty of hard challenges going in. Not dirty or overly rough in any way, shape or form. Just two very, very committed teams, and Juillard and McGallagher just both going for the ball. Watkins unable to bring that one under control. Do Souths have another late show to bring out? They've had a couple already in this Kappa Women's Super Cup. Tamar Levin, 81st minute equaliser here, back at the end of May. Right now they're defensive is riding out for McGallagher. Can she get a brace? And it's cleared away by Giard. 81st minute equaliser against Brisbane City. And then up in Townsville in the semi-final. Watkins, 86, 88, DeVerne, 92. They can finish a game strong. They did also have a late win against Calabar in the NPL earlier this season. So South's more than capable of a late goal. I'm trying to fashion a case because, look, we're not really tied one way or another. We just want drama. I always get asked as a commentator, you know, who do you want to win and what are you hoping for? And I always just say chaos.
Great answer.
Chaos, entertainment, and look, through 79 minutes, these two sides have delivered that in spades
They
tonight.
definitely have, without a doubt. Going off the record of the last couple Women's Super Cup finals, it wasn't the tightest games, you could say, but tonight they've really delivered. They've both stepped up to the plate. You see another challenge going in there, and South will eventually win the ball back, but they clatter into one another.
Singh was tackled by Franco, her teammate. And Franco is still tracking back, trying to tackle. A free kick won by Sonny Franco deep in the South's half, much to the frustration of Upper.
Tia Uppo already on a yellow card this evening. Big games coming up, as we alluded to. Gold Coast United, rather, in the semi-final of the NPL Women's.
Arpo. Plenty of goals, and we've got a change now coming for South. We've got Mackenzie Brooke making her way on, and Tegan Thompson soon as well. She will replace Annie Coyne. Mackenzie Brooke played with the Australian under-19 schoolgirls team back in March, so another young prodigy that Trent Gregson has to call upon. Stepping out well to the ball to Riding, and she'll go straight around Brooke, and Elise Franco not offering up a whole lot of resistance. Back it goes for Riding, and she'll get a third attempt at the cross before it is deflected behind off Brooke for a corner. And Riding, she wants to put this game to bed with a determined run down the far side.
Yeah, she's played second fiddle since coming onto the park. This time she wants to be in the thick of the action, as you said, James, and they'll get another corner here, Lions.
And Tia Arpo being withdrawn as well. She's gotten through plenty of work, and defensive reinforcements. Tegan Thompson making her way on.
And the defender to bring on. Right as you have the lead with 8+ minutes to go.
And also taking the play off, who's on a yellow card. And oh, great save again by Warriner Everts with the bullet of a header. That was going in.
The Warriner. Lions have put 2 past her, but it could be a whole lot more if it wasn't for her in the goals. As we see, the corner here was a good delivery. Tegan Thompson making the run. And in the end, it was Everts that got the head onto it, but just got the right palm to the ball, and another save from Warriner.
I'm not sure how much she knew about that one either, as we get another corner. Warriner just had to react out of reflex. The ball is deflected behind off Elise Franco. And you see the replay again. Just wonder how much of an impact the late arrival of Thompson would have had on the South's organisation at the back. Thompson, I think that might have been the quickest goal in from a sub in all of Queensland this season. Goes towards the back post, another header, this time off the crossbar, still alive, and a bit of confusion for South, eventually picked up by Uchtau, and she'll play it up the sideline, collected by Watkins. Date strong in the challenge, Lions get the throw in. Tegan Thompson, 3 starts for the Roar in the last A-League women's season, and very impressive little cameo as an injury replacement player for Gareth McPherson. Just a litany of players with A-League experience at Richlands. Some not even involved tonight. Riding with another ball through, and almost picking out Thompson, who nominally she is a left back, but it looks like she's taken on a fairly advanced and attacking role, and we might have a delayed flag for offside.
Well, the crossbar just saving South from that previous chance, as we see Riding playing the ball in behind here. There was the offside flag. Again, going the way of South.
And we should credit the third team as well, the officials. Not a whole lot of controversial calls to be made. Players have made their jobs pretty easy tonight, as Brooke is to join the attack, and Everett smartly plays it off the onrushing Brooke and gets Lions a goal kick. 6 minutes of normal time remaining. Shana Singh, who opened the scoring. If she gets the ball 20-25 metres from goal, they might be looking to close her down a little bit more quickly this time. Some players now really starting to stretch out and feel a pinch of a draining game. And plenty of nervous faces in the crowd. Singh gets the ball back. This time to close down, but escapes the attention of O'Keefe and doesn't clutch that strike as cleanly as she would have been hoping for. It rolls into the welcoming arms of Emily Clark.
She just couldn't find her footing, find her balance there to really strike that ball with as much vigour as she has. And as you said, an easy one to deal with for Emily Clark. There's a similar build-up to how she scored the first one.
Good work to escape O'Keefe as well. That's no easy task, but no easy task. Here's South's trying to stop Riding, and it takes 3 players riding out to get the ball back, and Vecchio going towards the sideline. She'll play it forward, but Calmly picked up by Skiers. Tension starting to rise at Imperial Corp Stadium. Lions with a 2-1 win in the Kappa Women's Super Cup final. James Coughlin, Josh Masamisi bringing you the action on FQTV tonight. So we have Brooke. Goes down by Thompson. Substitute on substitute as the pass is picked off by Clough. She's kept her run going. Cannon Clough. She won another cup goal.
Put in a major shift, Cannon Clough.
And what a piece of recruitment it has been for Lions as well over the years. And I remember talking to Rob Askew back in 2019, and his head was, I know she can defend really, really well, but just want to see her get more and more involved in the attack, and she's developed so much as an attacker over the last 4 years as Uchitau gets sent a few metres back. Thompson wants that one forward for Riding. She's got space, thinking about the shot. Tegan Riding, and she'll bend that one high and wide with an apology for Amy Gunston, who had, despite her fatigue, made a lung-busting run out to the right.
We've seen that sequence before. Tegan Riding getting on the ball.
And to be fair to Riding, we've seen it work in both fashions, where she'll shoot or pass.
Correct. On that occasion, just opting for the shot.
And here she is on the ball again, Riding, looking to drive into the box and off the crossbar again. Still alive though, through Thompson. And she'll rocket that one off. Mackenzie Brooke for a throw-in, but Lions, they're peppering the South's goal for that insurance.
And guess who? Guess who again? B. Warrener. This time with a
Fingertip save.
exactly just above her head. And again, the goalposts come into the favour of South.
Just shows how hard it is to beat this Lions side, and South's fatigue starting to set in. McElligott will put that one forward as back by South. How many more chances do they have? They need to make these times in possession count. As they'll size up their options from the back. Ball forward for midfielder. It's able to be picked up by Vecchio. She's come deep, looking for an excellent ball out wide. And here is Brooke. She's made a run forward. Everett's across in cover towards the corner flag, and Brooke, well, Everts did it to her a couple of minutes ago, and this time Brooke just rockets it off the Lions defender for the throw-in. Clough dispossessing Driard as Clough will hook that one forward, picked up by Riding. She's in space. This is dangerous, but a heavy touch. Allows DeVerne to win it back for Souths. O'Donoghue, she's pushing further forward, lunges in, gives away the free kick, and we can stop for a second and catch our breath with that tired challenge from Sarah O'Donoghue, and we've been a bit nervous. She is on a yellow card.
Yeah, just a little too desperate there from O'Donoghue, losing out to Skiers, and then made the lunging challenge with Tara O'Keefe.
And that free kick is somewhat wasted by Lions, and we'll give the ball back to Souths. Forgive me for jinxing things as we approach 90 minutes played, but with this win in the NPL era, this would move the Lions record in all competitions. We might have to come back to that because Souths, they're going on the attack. Here is DeVerne down the flank, marshalled expertly by Clough as it's not going to reach the byline. She'll play it out wide. That's picked up by O'Keefe, and Thompson with the fresh legs evading the challenge of Brooke. Thompson, Gunston making the run through the middle as she'll cut back inside away from Elise Franco. Take the shot on herself. There it is. That's the winner. Amy Gunston with a left-footed strike. The first one might have been lucky. That one was top shelf off her left foot.
Amy Gunston puts the icing on the cake for Lions as Cannon Clough with the silky work to start things off at the opposite end of the field. She evaded the South challengers, got the pass away to Thompson. Tegan Thompson found Amy Gunston, and then Gunston cutting back on her left, lifting it over Warrener. And that's the one they wanted. That seals things for Lions.
And that is now 5 goals in 3 Kappa Women's Super Cup finals for Gunston. She had 1 in 2021. She had 2 last year, and she's got 2 tonight. Three minutes of time added on to be played, and there are going to be all sorts of plaudits for Lions, but you've got to give Souths their credit. They have played a massive part in making this one of the most entertaining games of the season.
It has been fantastic from a neutral perspective to come here tonight and watch 2 classy outfits go at it. As you said, they really gave things a shake, Souths, with the opening goal, put Lions on the back foot. But since Riding's inclusion into the match, it has really turned things on for Lions as they are away here again.
Here's Thompson pushing forward, a heavy touch. DeVerne, the crosswell, gets it to Brooke. Some top shelf goals tonight as well. Vecchio's got through a mountain of work through the middle and on the wing as try and play in Uchitau, who's pushed forward. Now, I was in the middle of this before. Just want to say it as well. So in the league, Lions have gone 113, 13 and 8 over the last few years. Another sub being made ready for Lions. Vecchio will look for the curling strike as that's claimed by Clark. In NPL finals, 8 and 1. And in the Kappa Women's Super Cup, this will move them to 16 and 0. Just complete and utter dominance in Queensland, and there's going to be a late show for Callie Cowles coming on for Sarah Bonifant.
Number 4, Sarah Bonifant, to be replaced by number 3.
Bonifant, she hasn't been the most active player that we've talked about a lot, but I do remember a couple of pretty key interventions as well, cutting out through balls targeted at Watkins.
Yeah, the Lions defence certainly had to be called out a couple of times tonight, and yeah, she was one that was able to shut down Watkins on a couple of occasions, and she deserves a bit of an early breather here, Sarah Bonifant.
And a chance for Callie Cowles to taste silverware for the second time. There is the Lions bench. It's all smiles and high fives now. They're ready to celebrate another piece of silverware. Just add to the trophy cabinet. This will be trophy number 11. And the Kappa Women's Super Cup is staying at Richlands. It's not going anywhere. A 3-1 win for Lions in the 2023 Kappa Women's Super Cup final. Part 2 of the treble is complete. It is Amy Gunston's brace that is the difference between the two sides. And the celebrations can commence for Lions FC, and they never get sick of winning at Richlands, do they?
No, a fantastic game. South really brought it tonight, but Lions' class and quality really shone as they are the winners in 2023.
And Gunston, congratulations all around. 2 goals, and Tegan Thompson, another one of those impact subs that Rob Askew was able to call upon, and it says a lot about the development line they've got at Lions as well, where he was able to trust some of his youth players to try and just hold out in the game before bringing on his heavy hitters.
And you need that depth as they do chase the treble now. As you said, the second box completed and the finals away.
And as the handshakes are done between both teams, let's check out the goals from tonight's final. All 4 of them, and it was Souths that got things started with a bullet of a strike, and this might actually be the pick of the goals, as that one was travelling from Shayana Singh just after the hour mark. A special strike.
I think it is the pick of the goals, James. Shayana Singh found some room and didn't hesitate. As we were in awe, I'm sure the crowd was in shock too. She would have been too. What a goal.
But that did wake up Lions, and they came back with a raw. Meg McElligott getting a beautifully weighted through ball from Ari Skiers. McElligott just clipped it over the top of the onrushing B. Warrener. And how about the awareness from McElligott?
Yeah, Skiers with A lovely bit of break-up play, then getting the ball moving forward, and Miguel gets acrobatic effort. Squared the ledger.
And, well, look, when you're good, you're good. Sometimes you have a little bit of luck as well, and that was the case for the go-ahead goal for Lions. Arpo, great save by B. Warrener, and the shot from Amy Gunston, it was shot, deflected off the slipping O'Donoghue, and Gunston was there just to have it deflect off her leg, and this was the icing on the cake. Gunston running at a tired defense, fashioned the space, and a bullet of a left-footed strike over B. Warrener's outstretched hands.
Yeah, Cannon Clough starting the party there. Tegan Thompson chiming in, and then Amy Gunston finished it off, put the icing on the cake for Lions as they wrap up the win.
And the celebrations will continue for Lions, but it won't be too long of a celebration. They are back in action next Sunday in the NPL semi-final against Gold Coast United. You can catch that on FQTV. We've got a whole lot more action coming your way this weekend. We've got the Macca's FQPL1 playoff at 4 p.m, MPLW playoff at 7. Final day of Macca's FQPL1 in the men's on Sunday at 4:30, and the Classico NPL semi-final, Brisbane City against Lions, 6 p.m. Saturday. Josh Masmisi, thank you very much for your company tonight. And thank you very much for watching along with us. It has been the best of the three Kappa Women's Super Cup finals. A gallant Souths going down 3-1 to Lions. I'm James Coughlin for Josh Masmisi. This has been a production of Double Take Sports for Football Queensland. Have a good weekend. Good night.